Welcome everybody. Let's wait a few minutes to let people join us. Here we are. We have Leonardo on the stage as well. And we have a new figure in the team that we will show you soon, introduce you soon. And Leonardo, when you're ready, let me know.
Yeah, for sure. We'll wait just some minutes to have people the time to enter.
To reach us.
The,
Okay, no problem.
yeah, just some minutes.
How are you guys? How is the global chat going? Just for let you know, at the end of the AMA, we will answer also in Italian, if someone doesn't understand properly English.
I think we can start. What do you think, Job?
Yeah. Let's start. Super excited.
Hi, everyone, and it's a pleasure to see you all here. Right now, we are 24, and I hope Giotto started to record the AMA.
So
And I
recorded.
hope you are listening as well. So the sound is good. And we wanted to start introducing you our new partner that come from our company for the marketing that we decided um, to add in our team to improve our skills to have some I don't know how it called, some gurus or some advisors, some experts in NFT market. So we had to choose from many companies and many activities that did marketing, and we started to collaborate with Armamentarium. And for us, it's a pleasure to present to you Matteo, that will introduce himself as a member of Armamentarium. Hi, Matteo.
We
Do
cannot
you
hear
hear
you.
us?
Matteo, we cannot hear you. Let us know.
That's the beautiful of the life.
Yeah, beauty.
Bella della diretta. Okay,
Let's
and
see.
I hope Matteo will retry, and don't worry, we will in the meantime go with our AMA, and when there will be the moment, Matteo will start to
Okay.
speak.
Let
So we will
me
be
just check. Rose.
okay. Um, in this period, Matteo and the team of Armamentarium started to create and collect all the questions that appeared more interesting inside our chats. So we had to answer to all of them with our voice, and that was really important. And I hope Matteo will be able to speak as soon as possible. If not, we will continue. Don't worry.
Yeah, just technical issues.
Okay, so I think we can start with the questions. I will read them and we will answer in Italian and in English. They are, I think, the most important right now. For sure, you will have a lot of questions that will we answer after that. So,
yeah, Matteo, just keep a track of all of the major big question that came out from the global
Guys.
chat. There we go.
Oh,
Now we can
finally,
hear you.
I wasn't able to speak. Sorry. Yeah,
No
but
problem.
I also tried to introduce myself, but I couldn't. Nobody could hear. So I'll be
Right.
sorry for interrupt, but thank you for all the kind words. It is a pleasure to be here tonight with all of you guys. As you mentioned earlier, we now collaborate and we are establishing a partnership. I already worked in other NFTs collections. Was in charge of mainly take care of the communication and the community and all that regards the marketing and the strategic part of the business. So basically, what we are trying to do here with the artisan is to bring a new standard for this project. We want to reach like a bigger number of people that could be interested in this world. I talk about like the watches, but not only that, also the community, and also in a certain way the luxury. So it is we have many reason to be, all working together at this point, because it's not something simple, but it's something definitely doable, definitely achievable. So what we are mainly doing now is trying, to cover all the aspects that are vital to bring this collection to a further level. And I'm really happy to contribute with the rest of my team. We are more people, and I don't know if you want to start introducing the news, guys, or either way, I gathered some of the frequent questions that I could see between the lines. So if nobody is going to make a question to you, I can also introduce some questions. Okay?
yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think, Matteo, the best thing right now that we can do is starting with some questions that you collected, so people will be able to ask them, and we will continue to collect them and to see them in AMA questions. You can see here on the left, and you can click here and ask us whatever you want in Italian and in English, and we will tell you everything. And for everyone that was also in the last AMA, in that AMA, for sure, you will see and you will listen very big news and some spoilers that are really important for the growth of our project. So that's not just an AMA, so a question and we answer. It's a big moment to give you some news that are really important for our community. So please start with some questions, and at the end we will spoiler something. So stay connected. And Matteo, if you want to start with the questions.
So thank you. I will start with something really soft that maybe, to check the situation here. So, I mean, maybe many people can be wondering, why did you decide to build on Solana? What brought you to Solana? What are maybe your previous experiences? Why if you like that? So why Solana mainly?
Okay. And about that, I have to say that I think we have said tons of time of Solana motivations, and right now, what I want to say that I think it's the most important thing is that if you go in the socials, so on Twitter and other platforms, on all the socials, right now there is just one thing that is circulating, and is Solana Summer. I hope every one of you have seen it. It's an hashtag, but it's also a mood that everyone now is seeing, that Solana is going to be this summer for sure the summer of Solana. So everyone is speaking about Solana and Solana NFTs, and that's why there are a lot of reasons of why Solana and why Solana Summer. The first of it is because the price of Solana and the gas fee permit to and allow to everyone to get NFTs without wasting money, and it's eco-friendly. There are a lot of reasons that permit to Solana to be more efficiency than Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies. And the main one, I think for sure, would be that right now on OpenSea, if you take a look of the top 10 rankings of the NFTs most traded, right now there are a lot of them that are on Solana. So it's like when someone launches something right now on Solana, for sure we will have a really um, I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. Like
A
will
big
show
hype.
big hype. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. All the eyes on it. So people will look at it because it's on Solana, and OpenSea is showing that. So all the most famous rankings right now are on Solana and not Ethereum, and that's a really important thing. So for sure, I think that this summer will be a Solana summer. So that I think would be the must of our AMA. So put it in your mind. This will be absolutely a Solana summer. So
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I hope as well, because I think uh, after the drop in price of Solana and all the issue with the transaction, we can't like really stand it anymore. We want something like fresh and new, and there are many eyes on this network, and I mean huge opportunities. So talking about huge opportunities, I have another question that I sort of felt it could be um, interesting to know to all the people listening is, for example, like the first one is how long have you been working on the project, like developing, and like since the idea started, how it took, you know, to make it happen, to make it real, like from an opportunity to a real project, from an idea to something. What's the story?
If I can say, I can answer this question, basically, that is one day around November, December, he called me saying, look, we had to create something different, a new type of NFTs that is connected the real world with the NFT world. And I thought about watches. From there, we never stop. Basically, from the beginning of November, we start to build up a team of experts, and we start to build up also the community and start to contact advisor and watchmaker that are helping us in this adventure. And basically, yeah, more or less are 6 months. Then we are working 24/7 on the project. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think right now are like 6 months of hard work that I think most of you saw a lot of moments with us. So you lived every moment with us, and right now some holders are more than 1 month that are with us. I think like 1 month and a half. So for us, it's really important that they saw all our changes, all our growing, and they for sure we will see everything that we are doing to improve it. So uh, it it wasn't just a start when we did the family mint, the private mint. It was a really uh, start of a growing. So it wasn't a launch, but it was the start of the growing. I think just that.
Yeah,
So
the beginning
Interesting, guys.
of the
I mean,
building of
this
the
is also an
community.
interesting approach to build up the community. You know, we arrived in a moment that is really, really an established, I mean, scenario to build the community as one of the first pillars of a collection, which it, like, it doesn't really matter if it is on Solana or Ethereum, but it's community driven. Like, it's all about the community, especially in the first steps, which are the one that requires, you know, to get yourself on a path to something. So talking about still being soft with the questions, but imagining that you earlier mentioned that you wanted to do something big, something different, something like visionary. So in your opinion, like, what do you think when it comes to in real life brand, how much like a collection of NFT can positively impact on it, in your opinion? Like, having you experiences in real life business and having you observed this, do you think it's something that is going to be really adopted, or what do you think, like, you can, your perspective on this, you can say about this?
okay, I want to start saying that a big boutique that like what I hope and I sure we will have in the future in the metaverse, we will improve the way that people can try and buy watches. So it will be possible for people that in the past wouldn't, no, it wasn't possible to some people to buy watches. For example, I don't know. I can say in places where the Swift, for example, where the wire transfers are not habilitated, or like problems where people are not able to buy watches because the payment can't be done, and the payment of crypto is one of the unique method of payments, and there are a lot. For example, I'm sure someone of you knows my real name, that is Darius, and I'm half Persian, Iranian. And for sure, for example, in Iran, it's not possible to buy watches from Rolex because the payment is not accepted. And the payment that can be only made is, for example, in cryptos. So that's a real new way for a lot of places that can be can introduce a new way to buy that watches, and that's one of the most important things. So the possibility to buy watches with crypto, so everyone will be ready to do it. Or for example, a lot of you, for example, have to work and are not able to go in a boutique to try a watch that they really want to try, and in a metaverse boutique that could be possible. So if you want to put in your wrist a watch, you can try it. Also, I don't know, at midnight when the boutiques are closed, so you can do it whenever you want. And it's not just I don't know, an Instagram story. It's not just a post of someone that show a watch. It's something that you can really try, so you can see it in your hand, and that's a really interesting way. About our personalization, so what the physical world of watches will be revolutionized, I think, and we will try to do our best on it. Is, for example, the new way of having an utility with the watches, with the physical watches. For example, knowing who is the past owner of the watch and everyone who was the last owner of the watch. For example, if you sell an NFT for 1,000 times, you will see every time where the transaction has been done, and you can see who is the actual owner. And also in the physical world, we will do something to permit, to allow to everyone to know who was the last owner of the watch. So the NFT market will for sure revolutionize the way of selling watches, and I think that that is the most interesting thing. And Matteo, I have to say something that could be perfect for this moment, because um, about that I know that you collected some questions, like I said, and for sure we will use them for um, approaching and say um, something about the real world and the physical world. So I want to connect my speech on something that you collected, and right now I can read it. And it was about the Rolex giveaway. So that's an interesting thing, because that's something that approach really in the physical world, in the world of physical watches, and I think I can connect it really well on the speech that I did. And talking about that, like every one of you right now know, we had to reduce the number of watches that could be uh, giveaway done in the giveaway. So at first we started with thinking about 8 watches in a giveaway, and right now, considering all the situation of the NFT markets on Solana, considering also the prices of the watches that didn't allow us to um, invest right in the projects. So it was like something that we had to do. So we had to give the watches to you to show you what we have done. So what we are creating, what our artisans are doing, like our name. And about that, we had to give them, but we have also to create something huge on our project. So we had to do our best with our budget, and it wasn't possible gifting 8 watches. And I know it's not a good thing. Like it appear like it's not the best thing to reduce the number of watches, but you have to know that we have done it because we wanted to reward all the 2000 holders of the NFTs. So it will be 2000 NFTs distributed with various holders. But for us, was more important that all of them would earn with their NFTs, and their NFTs will improve their values, and not, absolutely not, just give 8 watches for 8 lucky owners that will receive the watches, but the budget for all the other NFTs was not enough to do a great work. So about that, I want to say that we are doing a really interesting work about the personalization of the watches, and you will see it. You will see, we will publish for sure some sneak peeks as soon as possible. We are working really hard because it's not so easy to improve something really old like a watch. I know that they are new, but it's something that has to be done um, with a great craftsmanship. So with great artisans that have to do the best work with something modern like NFTs, like something that I don't want to spoiler what we are doing on them, but you will see it. It will be really interesting. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry because I wanted to say what we are doing, but it's not possible. You will see it. And um, about that, we have worked a lot to allow to everyone to improve the value of NFTs. So we had to reduce the number to 1 NFT. But I think that's the spoiler, the unique spoiler that can I do, because it for us is really important to say, is that our project is improving a lot of things. So we are starting to create new parts of the project, and it's not something just for us, like founders, like team. It's something that is created just for you, like you holders, you community. So we have created something just for every one of you. So right now, what we introduced, and we are going to introduce, I'm sorry, we are going to introduce, is a part of our site where people with the earnings of their stakings with their cryptos will be able to do and participate in raffles of watches. And that's the most important spoiler that I will give you. Like you know, everyone that has our NFTs will be part of the earnings of the boutique. But right now, we want to introduce something that will be an instant worth of the NFT and will give a real value to the tokens that we are going to launch. So we are going to introduce in our site, like I said, a real raffle where people will be able to use crypto and tokens of our NFTs to have, I don't know if I say like that. I've seen a lot of projects that speak about it, to buy tickets for the raffle, and we will choose some tickets, and people buying that tickets that can be bought, like I said, with the tokens. So you holders, you will be really lucky to have the tokens using the staking, and with that you will be able to win real watches. So the raffle will be with real watches personalized by our artisans. So we reintroduced the possibility for everyone to win the watches, and that's really important because we didn't just um, reduce the number of the watches to one, but I dropped you the watch, the NFTs of the watch, so we doubled the chance of winning that watch for you. And about that, with the budget that we had, we started to introducing something new like that, and for sure we will introduce you something new more. So we are going to have a lot of news that I will not say to you right now. I hope to say it when will be the best moment. But right now, I want to say that all the holders will be part of the earnings of the raffle. So if the raffle will have a huge value of tickets sold, for example, part of the earnings of that will go to you, to all the holders that trusted in the project. So we want to create something huge with all the parts of the NFT markets regarding the watches. So we will introduce every day something new for sure. And with your help, we will do it faster and faster, and we will have a lot of ideas. Right now, we are working with our minds, and for sure, as soon as possible, we will introduce um, the chat for holders. We will introduce a lot of things that will allow you to give us advice to grow more and more. So right now, that's the spoiler that I wanted to do, and I wanted to say when we last the call, but I couldn't because I was so excited to say it. So we will introduce it as soon as possible, the raffle of the real watches. So it will be possible for all of you to win watches, and you will not have to wait um, just the complete NFT, like we said, to win the watch. We are already working on the site for the staking, and we are already working on the site for the raffles. So we will do a hard work on it. And like you know, we are working every day on our metaverse boutique. So we are trying to change that word that it's so old. The word of watches is too old. I'm sorry, Matteo. I took my 10 minutes to speak about that.
You couldn't
I
you
mean,
couldn't stop yourself, eh?
Yeah, I started with
I mean,
everything.
this is what being passionate is all about. Yes. Talking about this, like, I will just keep the most, uh, wanted and weighted question for the end.
Yeah.
So let's go with another question that is probably uh, really related to what you mentioned earlier about how to manage the budget, right? So
Yeah,
I want to ask you maybe a question that can sometimes be really wondered by by maybe people that is already collecting NFTs or is thinking about like making the flip, and I mean not the flip of the NFT, but just to flip themselves into being creators of NFTs. So in your experience, and as far as you could understand, how expensive can turn to be to, you know, build up a collection of NFTs? I mean, literally out of nothing, like from the basement.
I don't know if you, Renato, if you want to continue
Yeah,
or
yeah. Look, Matteo is a very big challenge, and yeah, I can what I can say is that you must invest in a lot of networks and obviously in the build up of the community and the marketing side. So that's is a very expensive business that you can start. But yeah, the our goal basically is to create something new and different for the Web3 community, and yeah, that's can be very expensive, we can say, and yeah, more than tens and tens of thousands of dollars for sure.
Okay. So I think it was kind of, I mean, expected from many, even though you're building something that has probably a higher cost compared to other collection because you created aspects such as the 3D art and all the physical connection,
Yeah,
and
also
also your
the boutique
Instagram,
the boutique has
the
been
boutique, the
a very big
metaverse.
challenge.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean the big part. I mean, as a creator myself, what I can add um, to your comment on this topic is that it really depends on how you manage yourself, but also how lucky you are to find good partners, and that's because sometimes, and it is important that everyone understand this, that there are many people taking advantage over others in
yeah,
this field. Someone giving you uh, a bright image of what they can bring into your collection, into your project, how much they can be of help. But then it's all like, you know, words, and then you end up, losing your money.
yeah,
And
exactly.
that's something that it's both sides. So we have like even customers, collectors, community members that have experienced that. So I think what is this collection really strong about is that since you all care about the community, you often try to spend some words, to give advices on how to behave, how to be aware, because maybe collection they don't really care, they don't put that attention on taking care of all the risks connected to investing in such a field,
Yeah.
related to all the scammers that are there. But I mean, what I found, and one of the reasons why I decided to partner up with you guys, is because I could see how transparent you are. And then about transparency, let's go to the question that maybe many elders are still wondering about. So let's get to the first one about the question related to the upcoming events. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask you if you have any idea about like not like exactly the day, but if you have in mind when the mint is likely going to start.
Yeah,
yeah,
basically we are collaborating with few more DAOs, and we are creating we are getting way more people this week. We had a lot of viewers to our servers, and most likely it's gonna be around next week, probably, and yeah, at the end of next week, more or less.
Yeah,
Great.
for sure. Next week we are, we are growing with the community every day. People enter inside and have new questions. What I have to say is just to be in the global chat, to chat more, because that's really important for our community. I know that we have created something where you can also not chat, because we know that all of you have something to do in the free time, and it's not just to chat in global chat. And it was the same for me when I started with NFTs project. But for us right now, what we suggest is to be in the global chat. So try to write sometimes when you have free times. I don't know, talk about what you like, watches, talk about your passions, talk about whatever you want. But it's really important for us that all of you are really in the global chat. So that's really important. Like I've already said, we have created that project for people that love watches, for people that love NFTs, and people that can also not have time to fight, to have a white list, to fight, to have. But we are already in the NFT market, so we have to respect all the laws, and they're not official laws, obviously, of the NFT markets where someone enter inside. So if I'm from a DAO, I want to see that in our project the global chat is full. And for sure, we have a lot of holders. We sold already a lot of NFTs, and uh, I don't know. I just say that you have to be present in our global chat, and for us that would be really important, and also for who enter inside, because they don't know if you really exist or not. So that's the only unique reason to be there, to be in global chat. Sorry for that, but again I started to
No,
speak.
no, no worry, no worry. So let's go to something. And by the way, yeah, I mean, I agree on everything you just mentioned. So let's go to some of the questions that our, uh, I mean, dear holder pointed out, which are also the question that I was about to ask you. So
Yeah.
it seems we are on the same line, on the same page. So the first question is like, it's related to like Hi Hell Toy asked, um, why the price has been fixed in negative. I mean, the bear market made collapse of the price. So let's assume at the first private mint, one FT was 2.5 Sol, $150. Why the price has been dropped so high? Let's compare it dollars now. The NFT mint price is around $80. Was it more clever to move the price to 5 Sol? So technically, why why the minting price has been like cutting off?
Yeah,
As
okay. I want to start saying that about what's the negative part of that period, and for sure we are in a bear market. I hope that, like we saw, we are going to have a bullish market. So I hope,
Solana Summer.
yeah, it's Solana summer for sure. So I'm sure about the bullish moment that we will have, but we passed a bear market for sure. And about that, we had to do something to go sold out. So for us, was really important to have a community of people that was able to buy the NFTs, was able to be inside our community and didn't think only about the loss that they had. For example, I've been an owner of a Solana for sure before also the project, and for me it was really the worst thing to see my soul going down. So I think about that. It's really important to understand also who invested just, for example, in Solana, and it was really difficult to understand that. For example, when I buy an NFT that right now costs $80, $85. I don't know. I'm not able right now to do the conversion, but I think it's like that. And it's really difficult to understand that the right now $80 were for the investor 150. No, I'm sorry, $250 because we had the period of Solana that were like 120, 130. So we had to understand all the losses that people had. And about that, we had also to have a macroeconomics explanation of our prices. And like you know, the price depends on the demand. And for sure, actually, the supply of the market, it's not, I'm sorry, the market of NFTs on Solana right now are not so good. So the demand, it's not like in the past. So if we see um, the the numbers of the market went down of 97%. No, I'm sorry, 93% of the market transactions. So we have
NFT market, let's say.
NFT market.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like only the 7% continue to buy, and that's an important thing because the demand is less. And about that, everyone has to consider that when they have to give a price of a product. And for this reason, we decided to do our best with the budget that we had already, and for doing something huge for you all community, and also to have a price that allowed to everyone that was in Solana market to buy our NFTs. So right now we have a lot of DAOs. We have a new price that can be really convenient also for who had Solana before, so for who lost their money. And for us was really important to have the new Solana price adapted to everyone. So we had to reduce the price, but that's not a bad thing because, like you know, everyone that was an older got another airdrop. So it's like they had a different price that was already lower because they got everything in whitelist. So the price was lower than the price that we actually has for the NFTs for the next launch. And the most important thing is that that price will be really accessible. I don't know if I can say that accessible to everyone, so everyone will be able to buy our NFTs with that price. So that's the reason. Yeah, I think that's all.
Well, I like talking as a creator myself. I can completely understand what's the strategy here behind, and it's a strategy for the community, and it's a strategy that also allow the secondary market to be more lively because yeah, it is a space where like new investors can find their chance to AP in and see how the community is, especially when a community is so tight knit. It's something great. So talking about like the question that we can find in our dedicated channel, questions.
Yeah.
I just skipped one of the question, then I will just, which is related actually to the current question you just answered. So we will maybe just give you a few words. So there is Moons that ask, why did you decide to make a supply of 2000? It seems clear that you can sell more than 2000 watches. So yeah, it is also a compliment, not only a question. So I will say thank you, and I will just leave you to reply to this question.
Okay, I think that we had to consider a lot of things, like what I said, the supply was 3,500. That was an high number. Everyone when saw it thought, oh my God, I need 35,000 people in our community to go sold out. And I know, and I'm sure because I saw all the tickets that people opened, that the supply was a big gap in our project. And I'm sure that in a market where the Solana was, if Solana was bullish, and in a Solana market like, I don't know, January, for example, other moments 3,500, it could be was a really small number. So we have to adapt everything to the market that we are now living on, and we have to revolutionize every time that we think that something is not going like what you really expect. So we had to think about it, and I'm sure that we could sell more than 2,000 watches. Thank you for that what you're saying, but I think that's the most important thing in the NFT market. When you sell NFTs, it's not just important to sell the number of NFTs that you have, but you have to have people interested uh, in also to buy the NFTs in the secondary market. So if you want to sell 2,000 NFTs, you don't have to have in your community 2,000 holders, but you have to have 4,000 people interested in your project. Right now we have 700 people interested in our project. Probably they just wanted to see if our project could go sold out. For this reason, they didn't decide to buy, so they are just waiting to see the moment that we will go sold out, and then for sure they will buy in the secondary market. So we started to create a supply that was created for a real NFT market, like we will go sold out with 2,000 NFTs, and then people will say, you know, I did a mistake to not buy one of them when it was possible, and they will buy it in the secondary market. And we thought a lot on it, so we are sure that the secondary market will be huge. So just that, I think the supply of 2000 was a really good supply for our project, and also to do all the things that we plan to do.
I think that's completely understandable for everyone here, and I will agree. Like, having huge numbers of pieces doesn't necessarily mean to be a successful collection, because it's not like a proof of your strength. You're not proving that you're strong. You're just trying to create the right climate inside a community. And most likely, having less pieces means having a tighter, community. So it's also good in that sense, because you can control more the flippers and have more people that truly believe they're OGs and they want to keep going and proceed with the projects.
Yeah, you're right.
Achievement.
Absolutely
So
right.
let's move to another question from Job. I guess that's the pronunciation. Which is asking, is there a possibility that the project will collaborate with a big watch brand in the future?
Okay, about that, I have to say that our connections arrive in a lot of brands, important brands here in Florence and here in Italy. We are really close to a lot of boutiques, and also I have to say, I know personally some brand owners, so um, I think it can be possible to collaborate with watch brands, but I have also to say that right now the market of the watches doesn't need to have collaboration like that because they are going sold out every day for years. So just to make an example, if you are going to do a collaboration with Rolex, so a real collaboration, for example, where they will have our personalization inside their watches. Rolex right now doesn't have all their watches are I'm sorry, to be bought. When you want to buy a Rolex watch, you have to go in the boutique and you will be put in a list of a lot of years. There are lists of 8 years, there are lists of 20 years, and they will call you one day to be able to buy the watch. So right now is happening exactly that situation where you are not able to buy the watches because right now there are a lot of lists. And with the team today, we spoke about a lot of things, and appeared some ideas to collaborate with some boutiques to improve the system of the lists. So for sure, we will try to do our best to allow to all our holders to be in that lists. And right now, we are just thinking about, but for sure, we will let you know what we are thinking about. And like I said, big watch brands right now doesn't need to be advised by someone and do collaborations. Um, that's what I think. Looks about luxury brands, about watch brands in general. For sure, it can be a possibility, but we are like resellers. We allow to everyone to buy watches that are in the secondary market of the physical world of watches. So for us, it's not possible right now to collaborate, but for sure we will think about it. So, but I think also for you all, for your owners, it's not the main thing because we are introducing a lot of way to improve the value of your NFTs, and we have a business plan around our boutique. So we are going to be, like I said, resellers of the watches. So you will be part of the earnings of the boutique that will sell secondary market watches of the new watches, new models, but secondary market. So everything will be on the reseller way. So it will not be on the primary market, so on the boutique market. But we will for sure think about something. So right now I can say I don't look to big watch brands to do collabs because I don't know how may we collaborate, and I don't think they will improve our value. But I'm sure that will be some ways to collaborate. So just that.
And yeah, I think this is also a really good question. So it was interesting to understand your perspective on this. Also, the how doable it could be, like being you more in the resale area. Let's go to, I guess, the last question between the one that I can see in the dedicated channel, which is from Kappa 23.
Yeah.
Why we didn't use Magic Eden for Launchpad? I understand it's a practice mostly used for NFT games project, but in the last day also for Project No Game as King of the Streets, for sure it will speed up the minting. Uh, Here, actually, can I say a few words about that as well?
Yeah, for sure, for
With my
sure.
experience on Magic Eden Launchpad as well.
Yeah, for
Uh, it is something that can speed up for sure, but it really depends on how they decide to schedule you, because they have their schedules for launching, which means you have to adapt yourself to other one rules, and you cannot make your own rules. So this is the first criticism, in my opinion, guys. What do you think? Like, you cannot decide, you have no complete control, because you have to care what Magic Eden say to you. So you can decide really. And I think this is a criticism for all good. Like, it's really good. We for the my collection was launched on Magic Eden, but uh, yeah, more chance to sold out, but also more chance to lose the community sentiment sometimes, I will say, because they can really, really, really hugely delay the minting date and allow a lot of butters and flippers to get inside, more than the one wanted, because it's completely physiological to have flippers in a collection. This is part. This is I mean, investing in something. It's like a bet for some, just so you know, something they believe. But I don't know. What's your perspective, guys, about this? I mean, beyond my my own experience, why
Yeah,
you decide
yeah,
to avoid the launch pad? I mean, there are pros and cons, so go
y-
ahead. Thank you.
yeah. Basically, we didn't have a fixed date to work and to create all the marketing strategy, and also we couldn't choose. We couldn't choose when to mint, because they could say to us, "Look, you mint in 6 months, in 7 months," and what do you do in 7 months with all the people that is believing in you and just waiting for your mint, and maybe you are wait for 6 to 7 months, and after they delay it because bigger projects are coming before you. And yeah, basically the main reason for was that to choose the right moment and be ready to mint. This was one of the reason. What do you think, Darish?
Yeah, I think the same. I think they have stricted rules, and it can be a good thing in projects that I don't know are not having rules from the start. So in projects that are composed for example, from people, um, I don't know, that are going just they have created the project just to go sold out, and they have created all around that. So they have to maintain the I don't know how can I say. I'm sorry. I will take 1 second. Um, for projects that wanted to go sold out and they only have that rule, so they have just to wait the Magic Eden to go sold out, and that's not always the best thing, because if you don't have a strong community that has been created, you can go sold out but the price will be dumped. So it's important to maintain the price with the community that you have done strong. So I think that it's not the main Magic Eden. It's not um, the most important thing inside one project, because you can have, I don't know, thousands of people inside your community, But if everyone that buy your NFT is outside your community, they will be only flippers. And we had the possibility to have flippers inside our community, but we decided to not have them. So we didn't permit to have a community of flippers because we want to maintain the NFT price and to make it grow in the time. And I don't know, I think just that. And about Magic Eden could be something interesting, but I think right now it wasn't just a moment. Like it happened with La Token. I hope you remember that. Big companies do whatever they want. And NFT market is a huge word that is growing every day and is changing every minute. And big launch but like them, it's always the same, always the same. And big companies like La Token and other companies are always the same, and we are changing every day. So I think they couldn't be ready for us. I just think that I'm not so. I just think that I'm sorry for the thing. I don't know what other people are thinking about, but we weren't ready for Magic Eden. Magic Eden wasn't ready for us, for a public of owners that want to maintain the NFTs. Just that.
So yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I can just say that everything collection and the project and the team decide to do depending on several dynamics. So in my opinion, for what you're trying to do, guys, and what we are trying to do as our collaboration is to simply bypass the need of this kind of other platforms, because they are useful but not necessary. So in this actual situation, I think it's not something that we definitely need or anything else. Let's just close these with the last few questions. Maybe the people wanted to know, like, just if there is like the supply is gonna be burned, like if there is like the part that is going to be cut, if it's going to be burned or if something else happening. And I think after that we are done, guys. This is gonna be the last question.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will just say that the collection is now all depending on our developer. So he will choose the best way to do the burn of the 1,500 NFTs more. So we will decide how to do it, and for sure we will announce it. So you will be able to see that. And just to be shortly as possible, I will connect with that, the thing about their drop. And right now we sent almost all the NFTs, and there are like 50 less. So we are sending the 50 that are not already sent in the next few hours. And we had a lot of delays because Solana in this period was really congested, like like always, I could say, but it's not the best thing to say. But Solana was congested, and we tried our best to deliver the NFTs that we promised, so the airdrop. And for sure, you will receive all of them in the next hours. And I don't know. I think
I would say if someone has some question in Italian, we can answer. Se qualcuno ha qualche domanda in italiano, ragazzi, fateci sapere. Se no, I think it's everything.
Qui diventa più facile, direi, per tutti.
Yes. Let's see.
sempre che ci siano domande. Adesso vediamo sulla sezione.
I wanted to I will continue with
Sure, sure.
in the English just to say that I want to translate in Italian the part that I said about the spoiler. So I like already I did the spoiler and I want to translate in Italian. So I will do it right now if no one will ask something. So you have time to ask whatever you want. Ragazzi, se volete fare delle domande in italiano siete assolutamente benvenuti e risponderemo in italiano. E nel frattempo, per chi non fosse stato in grado di capire, mi dispiace aver sentito 1 ora e 10 di chiamata senza aver capito in inglese le domande, però ci teniamo comunque che possiate avere questo spoiler, per noi è molto importante e è una cosa su cui stavamo lavorando. Come abbiamo detto, abbiamo dovuto tagliare il numero di orologi dati come giveaway, questo per un motivo di budget che non ci avrebbe permesso di investire in quegli 8 di voi fortunati che avrebbero vinto un orologio, ma avendo preferito investire nel profitto dei 2000 NFT che i diversi holders hanno, facendo così lievitare il prezzo di quello in modo tale da investire tutto per alzare proprio quel prezzo, quindi il prezzo degli NFT e non di regalare a 8 fortunati degli orologi. Quindi non era il nostro main in quel momento, ma accorgendoci comunque di questo dettaglio abbiamo deciso di fare delle nuove introduzioni all'interno del progetto che andranno a aumentare ancora le potenzialità del tutto e a fronte di questo l'idea che nasce è quella di aggiungere all'interno del nostro sito a tutti, quindi questa sarà una possibilità riservata a tutti, di partecipare a delle giveaway di orologi utilizzando come metodo delle raffle, quindi una raffle di un orologio specifico, poi ne verranno introdotti altri, dove gli holder avranno la possibilità di utilizzare i propri token messi in staking per comprare i ticket e inoltre sarà possibile utilizzare le criptovalute in generale per comprare i ticket della raffle. Per chi non sa cos'è una raffle, ecco benissimo, leggo qui, raffle uguale lotteria. E quindi biglietti di queste raffle è una pratica molto usata all'interno dei progetti NFT e quello che secondo noi invece è più interessante è che assolutamente la modalità delle raffle genera moltissimo valore, moltissimo volume all'interno e i profitti che vengono generati dalle raffle vengono ridistribuiti sempre all'interno della community degli holders, quindi all'interno del token, il token che andrà a prendere valore e quindi i guadagni di ogni NFT in staking andranno a aumentare. E questo è molto importante perché a parte una grande pubblicità, quella di poter vincere degli orologi comprando questi ticket e quindi maggiore interesse per gli NFT della collezione di The Artisan come NFT completi e soprattutto daranno la possibilità a chi preferiva, non so chi veramente lo volesse, ma chi preferiva provare a vincere uno degli 8 orologi piuttosto che guadagnare dal proprio NFT, garantirà loro la possibilità di poter partecipare ad altre giveaway così da poter comunque provare a vincere quegli orologi e non saranno sicuramente 8, ma sarà una serie che noi continueremo a fare e soprattutto ognuno personalizzato dai nostri artigiani su cui stiamo puntando molto in questo periodo per rinnovare questo mercato così vecchio ma così importante come quello dell'orologeria, che anche sull'orologeria nuova ha comunque la necessità di essere ben organizzato perché aggiungere un'utilità a un orologio che in sé rappresenta una storia di secoli non è così facile e quindi necessita tantissimo lavoro. Abbiamo revisionato anche i nostri stessi ideali di quello che potesse essere la personalizzazione per dargli un'utilità. Su questo non andrò a fare spoiler, avrei voluto, come ho detto anche prima, avrei voluto dare spoiler su quello che sarà. Sicuramente sarà interessantissimo e farà impazzire chiunque, non ho dubbi, forse è la personalizzazione più interessante che abbiamo immaginato finora. E niente, detto questo, sono le 10:15. Now it's 10 and 15 minutes, and I'm grateful for all of you that listened our AMA. And if you don't have questions, I think every one of you can go in peace. Can I say that?
Yeah, of course,
But
of course. Thank you, Matt, for joining us, and guys, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a nice night and hold, every one of you, hold. Thank you.